How do folks, how you doing? Just a quick one. It's been a while again. I just thought I'd have a bit of a ramble. We've got some things in the pipeline and I want to just put it out there for people that are thinking something's gone quiet. It has, I was going to say it hasn't, but it has gone quiet for you guys, but not on the inside of it. I'm going to explain a little bit. We've got something going on. We got in touch. I'll give a shout out for some good folks to come together, and some good folks have got in touch, but the whole meeting that is going to take place hasn't took place yet. And for those that have got in touch, thank you very much. Just bear with, we're on to something. We've got something cooking now. Myself and Peter Gunn and another fella, I'm not sure, I'll say Michael, I don't know whether he wants his name out there or wants people to know who he is. That'll be at a later date when we disclose it, if he's okay with that. But we're working on something at the minute. Now, we're working on a real solution. Now, the reason the meeting round the table hasn't happened yet is because we want to put this on the table to them. It isn't up for discussion. It isn't one of these things, well, what do you think to this? This is something absolute that has nobody's ever come up with the evidence that's been brought forward. I haven't pulled that evidence forward, but I damn well will be doing something with it. And then once we've done something with it, it's going to be released to the world. We're going to create something for everybody. One thing that's going to deal with any claim that comes against you, and it will. And another side of it, which is taking it to the highest of all presumed authority, to shut them down. To shut them down in the way they do things. Obviously, we're not trying to take on the government as a war. It is war. They are bringing war to us, but we are playing smart. Now, once we've got all this information put together, we're going to have this meeting with the like-minded folks, and some good people have spoke up. Some idiots did as well, and they're the ones running around and crying like little bitches, but that's what they do in this supposed movement. Now, what you got, in fact, I'll just say, a good friend of mine put something up earlier, and he was just explaining how they do things and basically how they can put out the truth, but you're not going to do anything with it, and neither are they. You're going to sit around waiting for them to do something with it. And this is what's one of the biggest problems in the scheme, because the reality is there are a lot of people blah blah blahing, and some of them are saying really good things, but unfortunately so are people like David Icke, as we know, are Freemasons, and the people that hang around with him and want to be known to him and those like him. But the reality is they can tell you everything. It's revelation of the method. They can tell you absolutely everything, and not only can, do. You know, you've got somebody on the internet who's telling you all these truths all the time, but the reality is you already know the fuckers. And yes, they may go a little bit deeper and get somebody else in to tell you as well, but the reality is you still already know the fucker, and that isn't doing anything, is it? That's what controlled opposition does, and I'm sure not every one of them are controlled opposition. Some of them are just deluded, some of them are just aiming that way, some of them want to be wonky, and some of them just don't know what they're actually doing and what harm they're causing. Usually they're the ones running around shouting others are causing harm and others are doing, but the reality is it is what it is. And people like me, I mean, I love it when they call me out. People like they call me out, I get busier and busier and busier. Now, I don't put myself out there. I am out there, obviously. I've been here an awful long time, many years, doing what I do, but I don't haul my wares, I don't shout for things, but I do charge for some things. Now, those that believe you shouldn't ever charge, they're part of the energy vampire crew. You shouldn't charge for anything. You know, not everything should be free. Everything. I should be out in the fields eating grass. You know what I mean? I don't need to feed my family because I'm a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week man. So there is no time to go out and get 9 to 5 and be a further slave to the system. I'm out of the system. I evidenced my status an awful long time ago. I travel under my rights to travel. I live totally out of that system. Now, like I say, there are things I charge for, but I don't whore my wares on here. I don't shout for people to come to me. But every time other people shout about me and whine about that, what they do is attract the energy vampires to themselves. Those that are attaboys and those pat on the back, yeah, you're a legend. Those ones that just expect everybody to just put themselves out there for absolutely fuck all. But the reality is, there are talkers and the doers, and I and others around me, I try to surround myself with doers, are out there doing. Now, we don't put everything out there because we're not interested in the attaboys. We're not interested in the pats on the backs and being told how fucking cool we are and how great we are, because we're only blowing smoke up your ass if that's what we're aiming for. The reality is, we're constantly working on really serious angles to deal with shit and not to, like I say, just blow smoke up your fucking ass. So the reality is, at the minute, we're working with some real strong evidence of treason, and this sort of evidence has never been seen before, and it's right from the beginning. So I don't expect the governments of the world to suddenly just crumble because we tell everybody, because telling people doesn't matter, does it? You all know shit. What are you doing? You're sitting there watching my video fuck, and other people's videos. You have to be the get up and goes. We have the protests, and I'm a bit twisted on these protests, because it's like, on one side of me, yes, people who don't know what to do should be doing something, but on the other side, protesting is fucking stupid. Going down, and every time you see it, they have a great time. It's a get together. Have a fucking get together. And while you're getting together, you can sit and chat about serious solutions, as opposed to going standing in streets and doing fuck all. Now, this Oxford one that's just happened, I'd like to say fair play, and I really would genuinely like to say fair play. Fucking people have got out there, got off the arse. But unfortunately, and when you think about it, hundreds of thousands of people go to any one place, and I don't know what numbers went there, even if there's 10,000, 5,000, 50,000, it don't matter. But if they went there with steel saws, chainsaws and such like, and just cut down the fucking technologies that are being put up, opened up roads because we the people say no, it's done. Do you really think they can come in and arrest everybody? Really? Now, if enough people surrounded the people actually doing, nobody sees what's actually being fucking done, do they? So, I mean, I'm not calling for the infrastructure to be took down. If you want to fucking take it down, take it down. If you want to leave it up, leave the fucker up. It don't matter to me. My number plates aren't fucking recognised anywhere where I fucking go. I'm not being fucking sent fines through the fucking post. So, yeah, you want to play this fucking game, play the game. Or if you want to fucking have a good time, get together and have a really nice fucking chat, go and do that, and chant and hold banners up and show them how stupid we are. We all go in the thousands to the place where the problem is, and we come back without removing the problem. Well fucking done. Now, like I say, I'm not calling out everybody. I'm not saying everybody's a cunt who went down there. The reality is, some people don't know any better, but it's for those who do to speak up. It really is. It really is. And I know there are serial protesters, and they go around on all the protests, and they're in every single one, no matter what the subject. They're there because that's what they do. They're addicted to protesting. But protests don't work. You are begging your masters for longer fucking chains. Action works. Action. So if you're a talker, all you're doing is blah blah blah. If you're a doer, you're actually doing. Now, those going down to Oxford have a real potential of being good doers. They really do. The ones that don't know any better, because when they get to know any better, they'll possibly be a doer, and they'll actually do what's required or do some real good. But if all they're going to do is turn into the blah blahs and stand and talk to you and tell you what you already fucking know, this is disgusting. Yeah. Hello, Karen and Ken. No disrespect to anybody called Karen and Ken. It's just fucking, it's the names that have developed. But that is what it is. But I hope you see my point. Actually, I don't give a fuck if you see my point. My point's there to be seen or not. If you see it, you can see it. If you can't, you're fucking idiot. But hey, awakening, eh? What a fucking awakening. We're in this great little world where an awakening means you believe people that tell you shit and then you do fuck all about it. Yep, great. Now loads of people are doing stuff about it. Loads of people are contacting me and other people like me. There are people out there that are working really, really fucking hard on good things. There are also people out there working really, really hard on useless things. Now those that are working really, really hard just to blah blah and tell you shit that you already know, like I say, I know the energy vampires all flock to them, so they get loads of numbers because the energy vampires outnumber the decent ones by 100 to fucking 1. So yeah, they can get all the numbers and they can look like they're doing fucking absolutely fabulous. But it isn't until they actually wake up, if they're wakeable, and realise what they're doing, that they'll cull those numbers and they'll get rid of the energy vampires, because they realise all the energy vampires are doing, they're out there just trying to get rid of Marsdens. Which is not difficult. Go in Wonky World, there's a fucking template notice in there that'll deal with it. One of the many things that I give for free. But however, like I say, there are things I have a fee on, and those things that I have a fee on will stay. I'm doing what I do. I'm feeding my family whilst fighting tyranny, like it or not. If you don't like it, tough fucking shit. If you think that's disgusting and I should be sat at home just fucking 24 hours a day working my arse off, grinding myself into my next heart attack like I did before the others for years and years and years for fuck all, you know, no credit for that, is there? It's just you're a cunt now. But no, that's, I think everybody is aware why there's a fee on the things I do, and that is to get rid of the energy vampires, those people that think I'm a cunt for doing it. If you think I'm a cunt for grafting and having a fee on certain things, you're not looking at the things that are for fuck all. But anyway, like I say, we are going to be putting it out what we're doing next, and it is going to be absolutely free. It's not something that's chargeable. We're putting out there evidence, not only evidence, we'll be putting out notices as well that'll deal with real shit, probably any shit, in all honesty, anything that's going to go anywhere near a fucking court. But the reality is we are working really fucking hard, and we always working really fucking hard, and myself and a few others that I do know of work stupid amount of hours, absolute stupid amount of hours, to try and make differences and not just make blah blah. So yeah, if you're one of them that are just out there calling other people cunts, like I do, it is what it is. You got to have a good look at yourself to see if you are actually one of the cunts, because not everybody who's shouting that shit needs to be done are actually doing what needs to be done. We have to use our own discernment. Like everything, due diligence is always required. And if you can't see your hand in front of your face because some fucker's telling you blah blah, then that is one of the problems. So anyway, like I say, coming soon, we're going to have this table. We're going to have people around this table, and like I say, the true ones, the real ones. And unfortunately, the table, the meeting isn't to be opened up to just people who are watching the video, and I'm ever so sorry. There is a very genuine reason for that, and the reason for that is if we opened up the meeting, it'd be a seminar, not a meeting, and we don't want a seminar. What we want is real action. So what the plan is, we're going to put this evidence together in a usable, workable manner, which means, like I say, notices and for the people to use against the claims, and also for the actual positions within the government and the judiciary to be served, and real action will follow on that one. But the reality is We want to bring it to the table for people who have got good numbers listening to them. Now, I know a lot of people speak up and say, I want to come to it, and I have a lot of people that I talk to, but that isn't what we mean. We mean groups, we mean people that have got the ability collectively to get out what we produce to everybody. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people will ultimately end up with what we get, because we're going to make that happen, which is a true fucking awakening. The reality, not just talk, solution, a real tangible solution that you'll have in your hand. Now, like I say, a lot of people are blah blahing, and there's a lot of distraction out there, and yeah, they're fighting really hard to try and prove to you that they're not distracting and they are the genuine ones. And hey, if you want to believe that and go follow them, you go follow them right off the fucking cliff. But unless they're actually doing, and all they're doing is fucking blah blahing to you, you need to recognise what's being done. Because if they're telling you things you already know, and you're getting all irate about what you already know, and you're getting re-irate about it, and you're doing fuck all about it, are they actually taking you anywhere with it, or are they just blah blahing? So have a think. You really need to use your own discernment. You need to be very careful at the minute, because there's a lot of people out there, and yes, there are people out there ripping you off. There are people taking your money and just dumping you and leaving you in the shit, and there are also people out there working really hard and getting a remuneration for what they're doing. And if you can't use your discernment and you're just listening to these fucking tosspots that are just blah blahing and calling out anybody who's actually eating off their labour, then hey, crack on. It's of no skin off my fucking nose. Like I say, every single time anybody says out fucking bad about me, I get a massive influx, because I don't advertise. And yes, I do have a couple of websites, but you don't see me ever talking about them. You don't see me pushing them. You don't ever see me asking anybody to come to me and give me money. It will never fucking happen. I'm just here. And yes, I have made videos with others that I've been doing things with and advertised what we're doing before, but as an alone, what I do on a daily basis, you'll not see it. You'll never see it. So anybody wants to advertise me by gobshiting me, that's your business. But it does get me a little bit too busy at times, and I have to put a stop to it. But the reality is, I don't have the energy vampires. I don't have these fucking idiots who believe that you should be busting your balls for absolutely fuck all on an ongoing basis for years and years and years. Especially these fucking idiots that have just literally popped out the fucking egg and think that they're doing some fucking good now, or are absolute shilling. Either way, there are both lots out there. But they pay no fucking attention to the years and years and years that some people have put into shit. The heartache, the sweat, the health issues that have been created by what they do. No care in the fucking world. All we should do is work ourselves to a fucking death for them, and that would appease them, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't, would it? They just wouldn't be calling you a cunt. So so anybody wants to call me a cunt, fucking go for your life. I'll probably call you a cunt back, and I am pretty good at calling people cunts. So if you want to call out, absolutely fucking call out. I'm here. I've been here an awful long time, and I'm going fucking nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. We're on a roll. We're on a march, and it's got absolutely fuck all to do with making money. It's got fuck all to do with anything other than the absolute treason and bullshit that's going on in the world. Actually concentrating on the real points of what are the big issues right fucking now, while you're being absolutely fucking enslaved and distracted by people talking to you about fucking Marsdens, or talking to you about cunts that are fucking making a little bit of fucking money managing to eat off the shit. It is what it is. It really is what it is. There are some really good folks out there that, yes, do take a coin for their labour, and there are some cunts out there that aren't taking a coin. Kind of makes you wonder what's going on with that, isn't it? It's a little bit but anyway, it is what it is. Like I say, people follow who they wish, but as it always, what you've got out there, algorithms pushing you towards the cunts and shills, and you've also got them themselves pushing you because they're calling out to all the energy vampires, come listen to me, because I'm just going to blah blah to you. They don't actually lose any of their own energy on that, because the energy vampires can't get out from them, because all they're doing is blah blahing anyway, and they're not actually putting anything out there for them. So it is what it is. Like I say, at the end of the day, we've all got our roles in this this movement, but this supposed awakening is absolute bollocks. Like I say, you're all talking about shit that you already know. It's being passed around on a constant basis. It's being repackaged and put to you the same thing, looking a little bit different. I've got a name to throw at you now, who's really bad in the government. We need to overthrow, this one needs to come out of power. Fucking idiots. It's a system. It's not a man, it's not a party, it's an entire system. It's a control system, it's a structure. And it don't matter whether you're a fucking Corbyn freak or a Maggie Thatcher enthusiast. You're all the same. You've all fallen for the bullshit. That is the bullshit. The fact that you need a ruler who's out there not actually ruling anything. All they're doing is controlling. They're not ruling the system. And ruling, you don't need a ruler. It's a bad fucking word, in all honesty. The only thing you need a ruler for is to draw a straight fucking line. As far as people running the country is concerned, now, you could do with a fair system that's been created and set up for the people, but that's not going to happen. That's never going, ever is it going to happen. So what you need to do is get off your fucking arse, learn yourself how to control your own life, stop depending on others, and of course get your knowledge from others, but stop depending and waiting for others to solve things, because most of the people that are actually solving things are actually out there giving things out there and offering things, whether they've got a fee on it or not. But here's the solutions, and what you do with it is what you can make of it, with help, with instruction, but it's your mind. If you can't put your right mind to it, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to put your mind to this shit, and you need to work on it. So all I've got to say to you is hang fire, folks, because real soon we've got something coming to you that is real solutions. But don't just fucking take it and send it when you get it. Read it, learn the fucker, your due diligence, what we keep shouting. Yes, you can take something from somebody else, but if you're just going to post the cunt off without learning it and comprehending it, you haven't fixed a damn thing. You're just pouring a plaster on a fucking leak in a dam. So, learn some shit. It's out there. Now, like I say, great stuff coming. Just bear with us while we put it all together and create what we're creating with it. And it is going to be out for everybody. And then we're going to put a table on, get some real good folks around that table, and then we're going to get it out to the fucking world. And if people can't see the benefit of it, have a good one all. Ta-da.